Hello, my amazing analytical Aquarians. Welcome back to my channel. As you know, I'm Sachi the Scorpio, and I am here to deliver your guided reading for the month of June. So we're going to be using the As Above deck for the general energy. For anyone new here, welcome. We take a look at the light aspect of things, which are the more lighter karmic lessons of what's going on and what is known to us, what is in the light. We also take a look at the shadow. That's the darker, deeper, more difficult karmic lessons, and also what might be hidden from us in the shadow. And we try to bring it to the light, not only to become aware of it, but also so that we can heal it. Please like, comment, subscribe. The more energy you send to me, the more I can send to you. So I want to let you know that during the cleansing ceremony, the vulnerability card popped up. So I feel like someone is going through, releasing aspects of vulnerability. And I had this feeling that it has to do with someone, whether it's you or the person that you're dealing with, of some, energy that they have because they were spanked as a child. So tsunami, wake up call. I also feel that there's something going on with the Pisces full moon, which is happening in 3 months. It's really weird because we have the Sagittarius full moon coming up, but there's something that's going to happen around the Pisces full moon. Like, I wrote it down, and then what do we have? A wake up call. That is a full moon. And, that, like I said, it's going to be happening in 3 months, is during Virgo season. Well, we'll have the Pisces full moon, and the card of turmoil strike came up, and I feel like it could have to do something with money. So just be aware of that. I don't mean to be like, oh, hey, here's the bad news, you guys, but I did pick that up in the cleansing ceremony. But you do have some time to prepare, and we will look deeper into that. I also felt that things might be a little bit psychically messy, and the hearing card came up. So I feel like you might be, of course, as Aquarians, like, you're getting downloads from the universe 24/7. That's like your whole thing and your special ability. And, of course, that might have you hearing some things. I did also pick up that some of you might be hearing things from your twin flame, or might have difficulty hearing things from them psychically. But I kind of feel like psychically things might be a little bit messy, and we'll look into that. What else is happening in June for Aquarius? So yeah, we have something, the spring equinox rebirth in reverse. I feel like something has not rebirthed yet. A cycle hasn't come to a completion, and I think it's going to be around the Pisces full moon for you. Yeah, dragonfly emergence. You haven't been able to emerge or rebirth out of something. It's like stuck. But I think that the Sagittarius full moon is really going to bring it into focus. Sagittarius full moons have that ability where they, you aim at your target before you shoot your arrow, and your arrow is your passion, your intensity, your love, your lust, and your drive as well. So I think that the target is going to be found, and then really that cycle is going to be concluded with the Pisces full moon in Virgo season. So, wow, yeah. And, it could also have to do with spirituality, because Sagittarius, the Sagittarius full moon that we have come up, like, is about, the spiritual. But let's see, what else is going on in June? Yeah, new moon, a promise of a new beginning. So there is some sort of new beginning that is happening. And I feel like, you'll probably be making that promise on the Cancer new moon, which is the, it's after the eclipse. So like the Sagittarius full moon that we're having is, I'm sorry, the, yeah. Okay, so the new moon in Cancer is going to be the eclipse. Right? What the? Yes. I don't know what is... Yeah, there's some weird stuff with time. For some of you, it's going to be different things, but there is promise of something new on the horizon, absolutely. And it has to do with these lunar cycles. So just know that there is this promise of reunion, Beautiful. All right, let's see. What is this wake-up call that's happening? Whoa. Okay. So One of Wands, Hanged Man, and Seven of Wands in reverse. So again, like I said, it's going to be a wake-up call, igniting that spark. And here we have the One of Wands. So one of the one of the twins is definitely getting this sort of wake up call where it's like, oop, like, you know, it's been ablaze. And we have the Hanged Man. Like, there's something that is being let go of, a mindset that no longer serves this purpose. And, you know, it's this understanding of coming to balance of like, you know, this path is going nowhere and like I'm letting go of something, right? So someone is accepting and finding balance with a certain type of ending, and it's about trying to control the partnership. You know, the Seven of Wands, it's letting go of this control aspect, because the Seven of Wands upright is like, you know, like here we are with our wands, you know, that fire, that passion, like there's a new beginning when it comes to that. And it's like, you know, this card tries to extrapolate it into the future. Like, this is how I feel now, and this is how I'll feel later. Like, that is being released because, you know, you're realizing, or they're realizing, or both of you, you know what I mean? If it's twin flame, obviously it's both of you, just on a in a different way. Like, of letting go of this notion that you have to know what the future holds. What's the light aspect here? You know, I was going to say, it feels like this promise is like, no matter what, we'll be together. Beautiful. Trainer, revive. So the other person is becoming revived again with this fire, for sure. And, okay, let me drink some water. You know, because trainer cards are always the other person. So someone is really reviving themselves, and that's what part of the wake-up call is. And I feel like this cycle is starting with the Sagittarius full moon and will be completed around the Pisces full moon, like I said, in Virgo season. And then the new moon after that is, you know, might be around the Virgo new moon, but might also be the Libra new moon, because we do have the Seven of Wands. And, you know, Libra moons are always good for bringing in balance. But let's see, what's the shadow here? Ooh, that wanted to come right to me. Crabby vice grip. Yeah, so I think that there is some aspect of being clingy here. You know, Crabby wanted to come right at me. Could be a Cancer. But vice grip, this is someone who's very clingy, emotionally, likes to have a hold on things, but also, you know, kind of likes to keep one leg out of the water, one leg in. But there is some, you know, emotional attachment issues here that, you know, are still lingering. It says, if it senses danger approaching, it cloaks itself with bubbles from its mouth so that it will look bigger. So I feel like someone might, you know, when they feel like they're scared about this relationship or whatever, they might get super mouthy or act like they're not as emotionally invested as they really are, is what I'm hearing, which, you know, will hurt. So we have this rebirth and this emergence that has not happened yet. So what is this birth that's not happening? This rebirth that has not happened yet. What is it? What is this rebirth that has not happened? Nine of Chalices. So there's some sort of emotional cycle that needs to be completed within yourself, and also, of course, with your partner needs to complete an emotional cycle. And this is something that's been going on for years, is what I'm hearing, because this is the birthday card. Could be someone that's having a birthday soon or something like that, but I really take this as like, it's been something that's been going on for at a minimum a year. So this is really something that, you know, needs to emerge, and there is new on the horizon, you know, and you need to do the work to get there, of course, but, you know, there is this aspect of needing to complete this cycle. Yeah, and it's about the Ten of Pentacles, so it has to do with completing a cycle together in terms of the physical, and that can be money related, housing situation related, anything tangible you can put your hands on. And this is very much family stuff, so it could be completing a cycle with each other in terms of having a family, or you know, issues with each other's family and things like that. So just be aware that this cycle isn't going to close until you each close your emotional cycles. And I am going to offer an extended. You can click the link in the description box below, because we're going to take a deeper look into like what can help bring about this rebirth, obviously. What's the light aspect here? What's the light aspect? So this wants to go right to the crabby. Mewtwo using psychic. Yeah. So another part of it is the psychic hold that is in this relationship with Mewtwo. So this is you, Aquarius, because Mewtwo is the Aquarius card. So you are very strong in your psychic attachment, of course, but I feel like there is someone who has like an emotional grip on you, and that's really influencing your psychic, abilities. And like I said, it had to do stuff with hearing, so I don't know if your twin flame is like psychically just always babbling in your ear. So if that's the case, you definitely need to work on creating a barrier and being able to, shut them out, because like they like having this hold. Like that's what they do. They like to, when they feel danger, they get a bunch of bubbles in their mouth, they get all flustered, and you might be hearing their constant chitter chatter, so just make sure that you are protecting yourself in that way. It says, a Pokemon whose genetic code was repeatedly recombined for research. It has turned vicious as a result. So I feel like this person has like activated your DNA in multiple ways, and you've kind of turned a little bit vicious towards them, of like, oh, I don't want to hear it. Like I'm just sick of what you're, this chitter chatter and what you're saying and how it's activating me. Like you're very much like, like you've become vicious to an extent. So, part of that is learning how to protect your third eye chakra and your crown chakra from these downloads. And, it's also what you might be internalizing from the world, because like I said, you guys are consistently getting downloads from the universe. So, of course, that's going to be affecting you. But that's stopping this emotional cycle from closing. But what's the shadow here? Okay, so we have the heart chakra coming out with Honehenge and the root chakra. So there is some sort of, the heart might not be in the sex is what I'm hearing, maybe. Like in the shadow, the heart and the root are still there. So you guys very much are, and, psychically as well. But like, I don't know if you, the psychic is very much in the light. But in the shadow, if you don't have the confirmation that they're lusting over you and their heart's in this, well, here you go. Here it is. I mean, it looks like, or else you wouldn't be here, right? So they very much are invested, but there is some sort of blockage in the psychic, okay? It says Lucky Find, Honehenge using Lucky Find. So this is a sword. Again, they might be aggressive with their words and things like that. And because they're aggressive with their words, it makes you, hostile, or vice versa, however it is. And why this cycle hasn't rebirthed and you haven't emerged out of it, even though it's been happening for a long time. It says, apparently this Pokemon is born when a departed spirit inhabits a sword. It attaches itself to people and drinks their life force. So, this is someone who has something attached to them. Lucky Find, they might have an ancient artifact, or you might, if you have that, it's influencing you psychically. So cleanse it or get rid of it, okay? It also talks about a departed soul, like inhabiting an item or people and drinking their life force. So someone might have something attached to them. And, that could also be maybe what the stuff that you're hearing or that they're hearing. So it's very important that you protect your third eye, cleanse yourself, cleanse your space, like burn some sage straight up and cleanse that shit, because that's stopping your rebirth too. Woo! Aquarius, I did not know it was going to go there. Let's see what this promise is, this new moon promise. What is the new moon promise? Yeah, 2 of Wands and 7 of Swords. This is twin flame. Like here, it went right to the 9 of Chalices and 7 of Wands. So twin flame will complete the cycle of the emotional cycle, and also about not trying to control where this is going. It will be completed and communication will be had, and you'll be able to file this away. You know, Seven of Swords is stuff, you know, communication in a one-on-one partnership. Could also be legal situations, could be marriage, divorce, things like that. But it is, you know, a promise of a new beginning. And it looks like you both are on the same page. Very positive, very, very positive. What's the light aspect here? Whoa. All right, so these want to go straight to the Seven of Swords. Meditate, smack in reverse, and tentacle lost in waves in reverse. Yeah, you have to don't try to fight. This is fighting type smack in reverse. So, you know, meditate is all about meditating. So this very much is meditate. Like I said, protect your third eye. Like, you can go on YouTube and just do a quick 5-minute chakra meditation, or listen to frequencies that help your third eye, you know, for like 5 minutes, or listen to it as you fall asleep, because like you definitely need to work on your fighting energy so that you're not consistently, you know, smacking and fighting this. It says, it eats just one berry a day. By enduring hunger, its spirit is tempered and made sharper. So there is this aspect of maybe watching what you consume. Try not to overeat, because of course what you put in your body is definitely going to be activating your DNA in a different way. You know, it's the components that we make ourselves, you know, that become who we are. So just be aware of the biological mechanisms of what you're putting in your mouth, and just try to limit things that might be bad for you. And tentacle lost in the waves in reverse. So try not to get lost in these waves. Like, this person really likes to have this grip over you and, you know, be half in and half out. And here we have another water Pokemon, even though this is psychic, you know, but it's halfway in, halfway out, and it's not getting lost in the psychic waves of this. Like, that's why you need to meditate, is so you don't get lost in these waves. It says, drifts in shallow seas. Anglers who hook them by accident are often punished by their stingers. Yeah, so I feel like, you know, they like to blow these bubbles, and, you know, they get scared, they're in fear, and then they start, you know, bubbling at the mouth, and you're internalizing all of their psychic pain, you know, and it causes you to get lost in these waves, which is why you need to learn to protect yourself, because they'll sting you if you don't. Very much, you know, we have Scorpio, as Scorpio is like the stinger. What's the shadow here? So someone might have some Scorpio placements. Could also be around the Scorpio new moon, perhaps. I will say that. What's the shadow aspect here? But we do have the Seven of Swords, and this is like a Libra card. So just be aware of that. So Mencino, cleaning up. Yeah, things are definitely going to be cleaned up. Like I said, things are going to be, you know, filed away and, you know, become more clear. And it's very much, yeah, that things are, yeah, going to get cleaned up. This is very positive. Well, might not be the kind of cleaning up that you think, okay? But things are cleaning up. There is a promise of a new beginning. Wow. I'm sure you get what that is with the police sirens and shit. So, yeah, things are cleaning up. It says, these Pokemon prefer a tidy habitat. They are always sweeping and dusting, using tails as brooms. So there's an aspect of making sure that you keep your space clean, because, of course, if you keep your space clean, then your mind has an easier time staying clean, because it doesn't feel, you know, the pressure of the energy of everything around it. So, you know, do that. And yeah, so, you know, like I said, we're going to look deeper into this. So in the extended, if you'd like to click on the link below, we're going to look into you know, how to, you know, what, like, more of what this wake-up call is, and kind of what the other person is doing that, and how they're being revived, how you're being revived, and look at the path forward now that there's a new beginning. And then we're also going to look deeper and to figure out how we can, you know, rebirth and emerge from this cycle. And then we will also look deeper into what this new promise is. So especially the cleaning up, because woof. All right, what does Aquarius need to hear about love? Any time not spent in love is wasted. Yeah, if you are stuck in fear or, you know, anything like that, it's wasted. You have to stay in that love. You really do. And, you know, especially with everything that's going on in the world, you know, don't be worried about that sort of cleaning up either, because if you aren't focused on the love of what's going on, then it's, you know, you can't focus on the love in your relationship. And the more that you focus on love in your relationship, in your twin flame relationship, the, you know, the world starts healing. That's why we go through this. All right. So, what can help Aquarius heal during the month of June? What can help Aquarius heal during the month of June? Message from afar. So, you know, I take this very much as the one of fire, or the one of wands, you know, and the twin flames. It's very similar. So I do feel like you're going to be getting a message from your twin flame. They will reach out from afar. So if you have been waiting, then yeah, wow, yes, birth. There will be a rebirth. There will be a rebirth. I can't say it louder, but yes, the birth is coming. And, you know, or the rebirth and the birth. Like, in order to have the birth, you have to go through the stuff to be able for it to rebirth. You know what I mean? But yeah, just know that this message is coming from afar to you to know a new beginning is on the horizon. It's all about the new. Okay, my dear Aquarius, like I said, if you would like to look deeper into this, please click on the link in the description box below. If not, then if you want to book a private reading with me, you can email me at sachithescorpio@gmail.com or hit me up on Instagram at sachithescorpio. I will also, at the end of this video, put the link to root chakra needs, which is how we can stay grounded for the rest of Gemini season. So take a peek at that if it interests you, and I hope to see you again for your next reading. Bye-bye.